What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Junior's World of Soul. I am back with a new video. As you can hear, I came in with the classic TSOP, the Sound of Philadelphia from Mother, Father, Sister, Brother. And y'all know that as the theme song to Soul Train. And I wanted to come in with this because this current R&B Bangers video is kind of a special one because it's a lot I'm going to get off my chest, and it's some things that I want to talk about. So I'm going to entitle this video, The Current R&B Bangers That Soul Train Missed. And now normally y'all know my current R&B bangers. I'm giving y'all some new bangers so y'all can listen to and y'all know what's out there. And, you know, I don't want y'all to feel like, you know, what mainstream tell you that it's dead, because it's not. So, but I felt like this video, it was on my heart. I had to do it because, you know, after what went down yesterday, I really had to do a video, and I felt like I had a platform to talk about it, so why not talk to y'all, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, let's get into this. So, yesterday, the Soul Train released the nominations for the 2016 Soul Train Awards. Now, I know that award shows, they cater to the popular artists, and Soul Train has never been like that. You know, well, recently a little bit, but they really haven't, it wasn't designed that way. And I had a couple of people that I felt that was going to be shoo-ins for nomination when it comes to Soul Train. And I was like, you know what? I know that even though I'm going to look at these categories, it's going to piss me off a little bit because maybe the person I feel is in there shouldn't be in there. But, you know, I said no. I'm going to look because maybe Soul Train might surprise me this year. Well, they didn't. And I was really pissed off. Like, I was going off on my Twitter yesterday because there was 3 artists that I thought that would have got some type of nomination for something, and they did not get it. Now, I know everybody cannot get nominated for an award. I know that. But these 3 artists that I'm going to talk about should have been shoo-ins to get a nomination. One, at least one. They didn't even get one. They got snubbed, in which I feel it ain't right. So I'm looking down the list. I'm going down. I'm like, okay, let's get to Best New Artist. I'm like, okay, I see Anderson .Paak. I see Ro James, which is, I love, you know, and I call them the new Rat Pack. And I'm like, okay, let me look down and I better see who I think I'm better see. And then that's it. I'm like, okay, I see Tory Lanez. I see Chance the Rapper. I see Bronson Tiller. And then I see Andrea Day. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Well, where's BJ the Chicago Kid? I said, well, okay. Well, since they didn't put him in the Best New Artist, I figured, okay, well, let's try, you know, Baby R&B Male. So I'm like, okay, we go down there and we see no R&B Male. I said, okay, maybe album. No album. Song? No song. I'm like, wait a minute. This is crazy here. No BJ the Chicago Kid? Now, Vibe just did a thing on the new school soul artists, and they had Anderson .Paak up there. They had Ro James is up next. But he was standing with BJ the Chicago Kid, and he's not in there at all? No nomination? I said, this is crazy. So I said, all right, I'm pissed that BJ's not in there. So then I said, okay, let's go female. Let's see who's in female. Maybe album. I'm like, where's Tweet? I don't see Tweet. I'm like, this girl really made an R&B soul album. Why isn't she here? Then I'm like, okay, well, let's look at female again, and maybe I'll see somebody else. I go down the list. I'm not seeing this other person. I'm like, she came out with an album. Where is it? No K. Michelle. I'm like, these 3 should have definitely had a nomination for a Soul Train Award. I'm confused. I was like, I'm lost. Like, now, of course, you see the normal Beyonce, you see the normal Rihanna, and you see, you know, Drake, because they are the top mainstream black artists. So I'm like, okay, you know, you want to put them in categories because you want people to watch. I respect that. But I'm like, where is these artists that made these real R&B souls? And then I'm like, looking at some of these categories, and I'm like, there's some people that should not be in it. So I said, you know what? Instead of me, because I did go off on Twitter, I was going off, and people was kind of really agreeing with me, and I was going off, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do a video about it, and I'm going to talk about it. So, let's go into my first point. Don Cornelius started the Soul Train Awards because black artists, a lot of our black artists that was not mainstream was not getting respect from the mainstream world. So Don Cornelius said, wait a minute. We need to build awards for us because mainstream wasn't thinking about nobody like Freddie Jackson. The only person they was thinking about when it came to R&B soul was Luther. Freddie Jackson wasn't getting nominated. No, Jeffrey Osborne wasn't getting nominated. So it was like, Don Cornelius was like, we need to make an award just for us so all our people can get nominated. Hey, okay, mainstream artists might win, but let's let them feel like they even have a chance. And that's what I respect from Don Cornelius. And hence, the show is called Soul Train. Not Soul Pop Mainstream Train. It's called Soul Train, which comes from soul music. So people that make soul and R&B music should really be in these categories. Get what I'm saying? So I was like, you know, thinking like, wow, I wonder how Don Cornelius would feel about these categories. Because if you're an R&B lover and a soul lover like me, BJ the Chicago Kid, Tweet, and K. Michelle was clearly overlooked. They were clearly overlooked and they were snubbed because they made R&B soul music for the year. And I said I didn't think that was fair. So, for all that, I said, let's start with BJ the Chicago Kid because I want people to understand where I'm coming from. BJ the Chicago Kid should have been nominated for Best New Artist, and he should have been nominated for Best R&B Male category. This is of the year. We're talking about a dude, that album came out in March, but his single came out in like January. And he has been giving us R&B soul music. You call the category R&B/soul. Why isn't he in there? He's catering to the young and he's catering to the old, but it's still R&B and it's still soul. Because, in my opinion, when you look in that category and you see Tory Lanez and you see Bronson Tiller in there, I feel like they make the same damn music. So, don't one of them cancel out each other? So, if you're going to pick, you got to pick one of them. And if it was me, I'd have picked Bronson Tiller because he is that it guy. He is that it guy for trap soul, if you want to call it that. And you call it trap soul. Tory Lanez is a better rapper than he is singer. So I'm confused. I'm like, out of one of those, BJ the Chicago Kid should have been in there for Best New Artist. Just in my opinion. That knocks that out. When it comes to Best R&B Soul Male, BJ should have been there. He's representing R&B soul with his album In My Mind. If you haven't heard it, you bugging. It's an R&B soul album with a touch of hip-hop on it. And if you want to talk about that category, and the people that was in that category was Maxwell, Anthony Hamilton, Bronson Tiller, Usher, and I forgot who the next one was. I'm not too sure. Damn, I should have thought about it, but I knew it wasn't BJ. But anyway, in my opinion, Usher shouldn't have been in it. I'm sorry. Usher album just came out. No Limit. It's not an R&B soul type of record. If you're going to put R&B soul, you need to have somebody that's really doing that. And BJ should have been in the place of Usher. Just my opinion. I mean, truth is truth. Usher is so trying to cater to this new audience. In my opinion, that's why his album, nobody connected to it. Nobody connected to the album at all. Because Usher tried to really just cater to that young, and he just, in my opinion, just didn't make good music. But that's neither here nor there. BJ should have been in the place of Usher, just my opinion. And we're talking about R&B Artist of the Year. All those other artists, Anthony Hamilton, he brought out his album this year. Maxwell brought out his album this year. Bronson Tiller brought out his album at the end of 2015. So cool, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Why isn't BJ the Chicago Kid in there? It just did not make sense to me. It didn't make any sense to me. And BJ the Chicago Kid was robbed. And like I said, in my mind was a soulful but current album. And for all of that, y'all know I got to play the music. So let's just hear the singles so y'all can understand where I'm coming from. I'm going to start with, I think everybody kind of goes to on Kendrick's album. And it's this one. And if this ain't R&B soul, I don't know what is. It goes a little something like this.
Tell me where you
Come on, man. Them background vocals, you can't tell me that, yo. Like, how can y'all miss this? I don't understand. I'm really confused. Okay, we can go to the next song that, again, he's catering to young because Kendrick is on that record. Catering to the young, add a little hip-hop flair to it. But that beat, Raphael Saadiq is on it, that's soul. But it's current. Another song that everybody was singing in the beginning of part of this year, which I don't understand, and it was getting shine on mainstream radio. And it just bangs, and I don't understand why he wasn't nominated again.
She said she wanna drink through drugs and have sex tonight. But I got church in the morning, church in the morning. Hopefully we can go to heaven. I pray.
Hopefully we can go to heaven. We can go to heaven. Like, come on. And these are singles, people. And he was getting shine. Another one that this was a single as well. Catering to the young, but still soulful. Let's go to it. Called A Resume with Big Kurt. Goes a little something like this. Then he came out with the single, was it Love Again? Yes, he came out with a video for that. But this song right here alone, in my opinion, was the best, one of the best songs of 2016 when it comes to R&B music. And it has that old flavor. It's soulful, but it's yet still current, and you can still vibe to it. But my mom loves it. My grandma loves it. I love it. And then you had the younger generation loving it. Why wasn't he nominated? Just for this song alone. And y'all bugging if you don't think this is one of the best songs of the year. And it goes a little something like this.
Yeah, baby, keep on turning me up. Yeah. Baby, keep on turning me up.
Yeah, man. Oh my God. You cannot tell me that Turning Me Up is not one of the best R&B songs of this year. That joint jams. So for all those songs, and they were popular, how the hell was BJ the Chicago Kid not nominated? Soul Train, I'm going to say it after every artist that I talk about. You played yourself. You played yourself because BJ the Chicago Kid he's catering to the young because the young loves him. He caters to the old. He keeps it soulful. He keeps it R&B. Why was he not nominated for a Soul Train Award? I'm confused. Like I said, Soul Train, you played yourself. BJ the Chicago Kid should have been nominated for at least 2 to 4 awards, and he ain't getting nothing. And y'all snubbed that brother, and that ain't fair. But I'm going to really go in at the end. But the next artist that I felt that left out was my girl Sweet. Now, Sweet always seems to get overlooked. Even when she first came out, with Southern Hummingbird, I'll never forget because she came out the same day as Ashanti. Everybody was battling which was going to be the #1 and what's going to be the #2 and all this kind of stuff. Ashanti had the great machine of Myrtle Ink behind her. She blew up. But Soul Train definitely nominated her for Best New Artist in 2003, which is respect because she deserved that. Coming in, what she did with Southern Hummingbird, which was a soulful R&B album, she deserved to be nominated. She deserved to be nominated. So, when I was hyped, when, you know, they were saying that Tweet was coming out with a new record, Charlene, and I was like, yes, I'm happy, I'm excited. It's been a while. We've been waiting for Tweet. She's been kind of like feeding us songs on the internet. I'm like, yo, I'm excited, I'm excited. February, she came and gave, February 26th, never forget, gave us a great R&B soul album. Tweet represented soul music, and I felt like if any award, Tweet should have been nominated for Best R&B Soul Female. If you're naming the categories, if that was the case, do what BET did and change it to R&B/pop if that's what you were going to do. But you called it R&B soul. You called it R&B soul, and Tweet was not nominated. Her album came out this year. She had songs that were definitely on the, you know how they do it now, adult R&B. Why wasn't Tweet nominated? I'm not understanding. If you're going to call R&B pop, cool. Then I will understand why Rihanna and why Beyonce is in it. Because they are catering to the mainstream world. I get it. I get it. But y'all knew something wasn't right because you threw Fantasia in there, you threw Jill Scott in there, but then you couldn't throw Tweet in there. I'm confused. But then you throw Alicia Keys, which I think, in my opinion, Alicia Keys shouldn't have been nominated for Best R&B Soul Female. Just in my opinion. I really don't think she should have been nominated for it. And that's just my opinion. I don't feel like that, and I don't feel like Rihanna should have been nominated because Rihanna don't cater to R&B soul music. She caters to the pop world. So if you're going to cater to the pop world, let her get nominated for AMA. Let her get nominated for the Grammys. But when it comes to Soul Train, it's about our music and us. So in my opinion, and listen here, the Rihanna thing, I'm not dissing Rihanna because I do like her music, but it's not catered to R&B soul the market. Is catered to the pop world, period. So I felt like if anybody, if you want to keep Alicia Keys in there because she made R&B, even though I felt like if this is for the year, Alicia Keys didn't represent R&B soul for the year because she had one single out, and she just brought a single out maybe last week called Blended Family. But I'm like, fine, I'll give you Alicia Keys, fine. But out of all, and you have Beyonce in there. Of course, Beyonce's a given. So, Rihanna, I don't think so. I don't think so. After you're giving Rihanna Video of the Year, Song of the Year, Record of the Year, why, if you're going to give her that, then won't you put a soulful R&B artist in that category? But in my opinion, Alicia Keys or Rihanna shouldn't have been in that because I feel like they don't make it. And Tweet represents R&B soul. You name the category R&B soul, but don't have only but basically 3 people that make R&B soul music. I'm confused. I'm confused. And Tweet's album is R&B soul. Really, y'all. If you love Southern Hummingbird, which she was nominated for Best New Artist back in 2003, then you would definitely love Charlene. I love it. And we want to talk about Soul Train. It's the root of soul music, R&B soul. Listen to these songs or Charlene because you bugging if you don't think this girl should have been nominated. Starting with the first single, goes a little something like this. Just hear that soul coming from Tweet. Goes a little something like this, y'all. Y'all can see I'm hot when I talk about this, but here we go.
I need to make it clear. Do whatever it is you gotta do. It won't hurt me. It won't hurt me.
Woo! That was the first single. The first single, letting us know that Tweet was back. It was like, okay, cool. Then she came with the second single, which, again, was R&B soul, and It goes a little something like this. I want to get it right because I don't want the thing to be stupid, but here we go.
It must be magic, 'cause what you do to me, I can't understand it.
Whoa, that run that Tweet do, oh my God, a R&B song, Tweet is singing on it. So you saying, okay, Tweet is giving us, the songs are too slow, even though it's still R&B soul, but the songs are too slow. Okay, so then Tweet gives us this as a single, and it's funky, and it goes a little something like this. Never should have let you. Love that joint, man. That gives you R&B soul. It ain't nothing pop about that. Nothing pop about that song. So you saying, okay, fine. You know, she gave, you know, with that, you know, the song is still kind of mid-tempo. Okay. When the album, the day before the album came out, Tweet threw us another single. It was with Missy. Fire. Fire track. Mainstream could have loved it. All that, but of course they didn't jump on it. But this song is anything kind of Missy get on, you know it's gonna be crack. And it goes like this. I'ma be alright. I'm be alright. Come on, man. Like y'all not hearing me right now. Like that's soul R&B music right there. It's not no pop-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like do what BET did. BET realized a lot of people was complaining about that, because if you're gonna say the best R&B female or best R&B male, then give it and nominate R&B male. So what did they do? They changed it to R&B/pop, which to mainstream. But Soul Train ain't never been like that. So for that, why wasn't Tweet in that category? So y'all gonna tell me Rihanna makes R&B soul music better than Tweet? I don't think so. Nope. No. Again, Soul Train, you played yourself. Tweet should have been nominated. She had an album in the year, she had singles, and it was all R&B soul. Tweet should have got some love somewhere. She should have been in that list for R&B soul female artists. Just with Jill Scott, with Fantasia, should have been her. If you're going to throw Beyonce in there, fine. But Tweet should have been up in there. Again, Soul Train, you played yourself. Now, the next artist, the last artist that I want to talk about that I felt that should have been a shoe-in for a nomination for Best R&B Female is K. Michelle. That's why I felt if you had to take out two, my two was Rihanna and Alicia Keys. Because K. Michelle is popular with the younger generation. She's popular. They love her. You know what I'm saying? She dedicates her music to them, but she stays true to R&B music. But for somebody like that, why wasn't she in there? Y'all nominated her in 2013, though, for Best New Artist and Best R&B Female, but y'all gave it to Tamar. But y'all nominated K. Michelle in that category, but y'all didn't do it again this year. I'm confused. The girl brought out an album this year. The album debuted at #1 on the R&B charts, #2 pop, but she didn't get no nomination. I'm confused. And that's why I said, in my opinion, I talked about Rihanna, Alicia Keys. I felt like, in my opinion, Alicia Keys shouldn't have been nominated. She had In Common that came out in May, but by then, K. Michelle had already released More Issues Than Vogue. She already released 2 singles off of it. She was touring. She was representing R&B soul. So why is Alicia Keys in it? Why? Like, I'm just confused. Like, don't get me wrong, Alicia Keys is an R&B soul artist, but she wasn't repping it for the whole year. K. Michelle was. So how did K. Michelle just get tossed to the side. Just, it confuses the world out of me. And like I said, the album debuted at #1 on the R&B charts. And no nomination for her. She's catering to the young. If y'all get her, y'all going to get her fans. She has a lot of fans. They'll watch. I'm lost. Confused. Help me out here, Soul Train. But in that case, if we got to go and listen to the songs, we're going to listen. Because K. Michelle with her album, and I liked it. I think it's her best album. She gets better after every album. But this album was definitely catered to the young, but she still remained true to R&B soul music. And that's why I felt like that girl should have been nominated for a female R&B soul award. So, the first song, you can tell K. Michelle wanted a little bit of that mainstream flavor, but it was still a great song, and she has a soulful voice, so you hear it. And the first one is Not a Little Bit, and it goes a little something like this. Go. Hey, so you could tell she wanted that, but you could still hear that soul, and then the note she hit at the end, it's coming from the gut, it's coming from the soul, and that's what Soul Train is about, from the soul, again. So the next song, she was definitely catering to what's popular now, but it was still an R&B song, and you can still feel K. Michelle's swag on it, because the girl, like she said, I'm a soul singer, that's just what I am, and you could just feel it. And here's Ain't You, definitely catered to us, and here we go, goes a little something like this. Come on now. Woo! Nigga, ain't you? Come on, yo. And they got that little trap. I don't need your money. Oh, come on, man. Like, that's what's popular right now. That can go head-to-head with the Bronx and Tillers and the Tory Lanez. But again, it's still true to R&B music, and she wasn't nominated. The next song, that's why every song on K. Michelle album was different, but it still remained soulful and R&B. And the next song definitely catered to the young, and she was kind of spitting on it, but it was her being an artist. But she was still staying in that R&B lane on this song. And it's with T-Pain, and it's called Mindful. And it goes a little something like this. Security, tell that bitch to move back. Hey, got a little knock to it, you know what I'm saying? Can cater to the young, but it still got the R&B flavor. And the last song, K. Michelle knows she's a soulful singer, and before the album came out, she gave us this song maybe the day before the album came out, and she's singing on it. And here we go. And it's called Time, and it's a soulful record. And bottom line, the girl should have just been nominated, but here we go. Come on, man. You hearing that soul, that R&B, and you going to tell me that K. Michelle cannot get nominated for a female R&B soul award? And that's the lane that she has been hitting her whole career, haven't really went far left from that box, and she couldn't get a nomination. She's young. She's catering to the young, like I said. Again, Soul Train, y'all played yourself. Y'all played yourself. K. Michelle should have had a nomination, period. So those were the three that I felt, in my opinion, that should have had definite nominations. BJ the Chicago Kid, Sweet, and K. Michelle. They have the music, they had the albums, it came out in this year, early this year. Why weren't they nominated? Why were they overlooked? I'm confused. You got other people in the category that you say make soul and R&B music. I don't agree with that. But honorable mentions, y'all missed some people. Even though I'm not mad that they were missed, but I'm like, y'all also missed some people. Where was SWV? They came out with Still in February. They, they made Man Crush Monday and Ain't No Man. Those are R&B songs. What happened? You had Tank. Tank came out with Relationship Goals, which is an R&B record. He came out with a song with Chris Brown. What happened? Robert Glasper. He came out with his album. Soulful record. Soulful record. He couldn't even get a Centric Award? Nothing? Couldn't put him there, huh? Corinne Bailey Rae made a soulful album. Couldn't nominate her? What happened? That's what I'm saying, y'all. So, and they have the music that represents R&B soul, which that's what Soul Train is about. Now, I understand that Viacom has to get people to watch, and I feel like if you're going to nominate Rihanna and Beyonce and Drake in all the top categories like R&B song and album and favorite video and all that, if you got them all in those nominations, why couldn't BJ get in one? That take Beyonce out of R&B female or something, or Rihanna out of it, and put somebody in there that really makes R&B music that's not catering, is not getting love from the AMAs, that's not going to get love from, the Grammys. Put somebody in there that mainstream don't see, and that's what Soul Train was all about. And that's why I'm really, really confused. And I felt like Don Cornelius created something for us, and once Viacom got into it, they feel like we want everybody to watch. So we're going to give Drake 12 nominations, we're going to give Beyonce 8, we're going to give Rihanna. But they're getting the same ones at the AMAs, and they're getting the same ones at the Grammys. So why can't somebody like BJ the Chicago Kid that makes real R&B music, why can't Tweet that makes real R&B music, why can't K. Michelle that caters to the young but also make R&B music get a nomination? I'm confused, Soul Train. Y'all got to get it together. For real, for real. Now, I'm not, and that's the point of this video. I'm not hating on Rihanna. I'm not hating on Beyonce. I'm not hating on Drake. I'm not hating on Alicia Keys. I'm not hating on them at all. But I feel as though those are the go-to people that you throw in categories. But then the ones that you throw in these categories ain't going to show up. When has Rihanna been to a Soul Train award? I'll wait. When the last time Beyonce been to a Soul Train award? I'll wait. When is the last time Drake been to a Soul Train award? I'll wait. I'll wait. So you got them all in these categories, and when they win, what? Who's going to give the acceptance speech? Oh, the people that went out and called the nominations, they're going to leave with it? Say, oh, Drake and Rihanna and Beyonce is not here to accept this award, but we accept the award on their behalf. Come on, y'all. Come on. We got to do better. And that's why I do current R&B videos, because, again, mainstream America is trying to show y'all that those are the only artists that we have for R&B music, and that's not true. That's not true at all. Not true. We should be able to deal with that when it comes to the Grammys and American Music Award, because we know how that operates. But when it comes to us, our people, they should be nominated for Soul Train. I'm sorry. BJ should have got up in there. Tweet should have got something. K. Michelle should have got something. Those should have been the three that should have been definite. And I'm sorry, and that's the way I felt. And like I said, I'm not hating on anybody. And, I want to congratulate people. You know what I'm saying? I'm a soul music lover, and I feel very strong about my genre that I love and I breathe. And I feel like not getting the proper love these days, I feel some kind of way about it. And Soul Train should be really ashamed on how they doing this. Screw the viewership. You know how many people feel the same way I do? And if you would have nominated a lot more of these people, people will watch. It's going to be the same people that watch, that knowing that them big artists not going to be there, it's still going to be there. Y'all still going to get the same number of viewers. So why not just put real R&B soul artists in those categories so you wouldn't have to worry about it? But I do, like I said, I want to congratulate Ro James, Anderson .Paak, Chance the Rapper, Maxwell, Anthony Hamilton, Andrea Day, Bilal, Layla Hathaway, Music Soul Child, you know, Jill Scott, people that really represent soul R&B music. I'm happy for y'all. I really respect it. Bronson Tiller, Tory Lanez, y'all get your money. I'm not hating on that either. This is what is popular on radio, fine. But let's have a balance here, people. Let's have a real balance here. And I really want to give a congratulations to Brandy and Teddy Riley for really getting their honors, because, you know, it's about time. Teddy Riley done built so many, you know, birthed many careers. So this man should have been had one. And everybody in the music industry should be there. Because if it wasn't for Teddy Riley for creating the New Jack Swing, we wouldn't have hip-hop soul, and we wouldn't have how hip-hop and R&B has intertwined if it wasn't because of Teddy Riley. So everybody, Beyonce, hey, Rihanna, Drake, all of them, since y'all nominated and Teddy Riley is getting a tribute, y'all should all be there. Because if it wasn't because of him, none of y'all would be who y'all are today. So, whew, y'all can see I really get really passionate about this. So, but like I said, to end it, I'm not hating on this. And like I said, that's why I do R&B videos every week, because I want to show y'all that R&B soul is still alive, it's still out here. Don't let mainstream try to feed y'all these same artists all the time and saying, oh, R&B is dead, because it's not. It's here, y'all. It's here. And I want y'all to know it's here. And I still, in my opinion, feel like BJ the Chicago Kid is the best R&B soul artist this year. I feel like Tweet should have been in the runnings for the best R&B soul female. So does K. Michelle. And I congratulate them on their success, because they deserve it. Making real R&B music and staying true to it. And I felt like Soul Train really snubbed them, and it wasn't cool. But, in all, I felt how I felt. Hopefully y'all can understand the passion that comes out. And again, I say I'm not hating on any artist, because the artists that I called out and said that I felt that they shouldn't have been nominated, I still enjoy their music, but I just felt that way. You know what I'm saying? So I done kept y'all long enough, 37 minutes in. I felt like, hey, if we want to talk about R&B soul music and remaining current, but still making R&B soul music, why not exit this video with my favorite artist of all time, Miss Mary J. Blige, just released her single a week ago, Thick of It. It gives you that trap vibe. It still gives you that R&B soul that we love from Mary, and that emotion, which is soul music, because that's all soul music is emotion. And I want to thank Mary for giving us that. Everybody loved it. I hope it does well on the chart. Y'all know I brought it. And the Queen is back. And why not exit the video with her song? And it goes a little something like this. And here we go. I'm out, y'all. Peace. Come on, Soul Train. Get it together, y'all.